Hey goddesses. All right, let's see. Put on our hearts. Oh, there we go. I love it. All right, well, happy Tuesday afternoon. I hope that this video finds you happy and healthy. Today I wanted to come on here and talk about the emotional empowerment plan. Now, this is something that helps our sacral chakra because that is our emotional seat, but obviously it also helps our heart because that's where we feel a lot of our emotions, right? So this is kind of a two-step process, or a two-chakra plan. And also, speaking about the sacral, something happened today. I was leaving an antique shop, and the customer behind me was a man, and the woman and I were getting ready to take out my records and this record player in my car when he said, "Oh, it's no problem. I can do it. I have no problem doing it. Hi, Cheryl." And I had to pause for a second because usually if a man offers to help me, I'm like, nope, I got it. I'm good. Don't need your help. Don't need your help at all. Hi, Sonia. But instead, I was like, all right, I'm really working on opening up my sacral and allowing it to heal. So, yes, sir, I will let you take out that record player to my car. And I think it's funny because the woman who owns it, had offered to help me do it first. And I said yes right away. And when the guy offered, that's when it really threw me for a loop. And because I just, didn't want to accept help, wanted to do everything by myself, but only when masculine energy was introduced. So I just think that's interesting. That's like a little kind of an easy way for you to start healing your sacral chakra, saying hi to men, just nodding, accepting their help, be safe, obviously, but like him taking out the record player to my car is no big deal. Made it super easy for me. I didn't drop it. I didn't mess up my nice adjustment that I got today on my neck. Feels so good. And I think that I helped heal my sacral chakra, so boom. All right, emotional empowerment plan. This is a 5-step process. Gosh, I think I came up with this about, oh my God, it was 2015. That's 3 years ago. But in 2015, nevertheless, after I started getting into Abraham Hicks. So Abraham Hicks is a phenomenal resource. It is very spiritual, so I don't know if any of you, or if most of you will really like it, but yeah, it was a really great introduction for me to start learning how to handle my emotions. So the emotional empowerment plan, we start off with number 1, allowing the feeling. And I really want you to focus on allowing the feeling because I think it's very easy for us this day and age to just move around our feelings, especially as women. It's easier for us to be worried and caring about everyone else in our life except for ourselves. It's a distraction method that we use. It's a coping mechanism that we use to really care about other people more than ourselves, right? So first step is allowing those negative emotions to really come through your body. Allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to be there. Truly letting yourself feel in your body where it hurts. So the second part is acknowledging it. So you're allowing this feeling to come up and bubble up, and then you're starting to acknowledge it. Where do you feel it in your body? I'm a very heart-centered person, so a lot of times I'll feel it in my chest region or my gut, but mostly in my heart. I've also noticed, though, the more that I become aware of my body, that it's actually my entire body gets super tense, and it's really hard for me to feel any discomfort in my body because I am so tense and tight all the time that it's like I'm just always on guard, you know what I mean? So really acknowledging in your body where you feel the pain or the sensation or the tingling or where you feel tightness, tension. Where do you hold your stress? I hold my stress right here on my right side, a little bit on my left side, but mostly on my right side, up in my shoulders and my neck area from a car accident, and then it just kept building and building and building for years and years and years. So acknowledging how you feel, acknowledging what you're thinking. You want to do acknowledging what you're feeling physically and emotionally, but also what you're thinking. You want to do feelings and thinking, both. Now, once you feel like you've done that enough, I really want you to start moving through those feelings. But here's the thing, there's a fine line, and only you can really tell when you have felt through your emotions enough, because we don't really want to stay stuck in victimhood. We want to own our story, yes, but we do not want to become our story, okay? So I don't want you to stay in your victimhood. I want you to empower yourself to move past it, because it was something that happened in the past, right? Whatever it is, it happened in the past, and all we've got right now is the current moment. So letting that go and stay in the past, and letting yourself move beyond that and into empowerment instead of victimhood, I think is huge. But also on the flip side, you know, make sure that you feel it enough. Make sure that you're not just skating around it. Make sure that you're actually in tune with feeling that energy through your body, feeling it emotionally, and then letting it go. Okay, so fine line. So moving through your emotions can be done in so many beautiful ways. And I actually find I am working on that too, Sonia, working on letting it go, which I think the yoga trapeze will be very helpful for, honestly, because it's hard to, it's like you have to root down enough in your body to be able to feel and start letting go. And so that's the part that I'm working on, is rooting down and feeling like secure enough to feel like I can feel it and then let it go, if that makes sense. Lynette, how do you know when you have felt it enough? Let me think. You know, Lynette, I seem to get this feeling when I felt through it enough that I've had enough. Like, you know how sometimes you just feel like, oh God, I just had enough. Like, you're like, I've had enough, I can't handle it anymore. That's what it's like for me. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm done feeling like this. I'm done. I'm so tired of it. I really want to start feeling better. That's when I start noticing that I'm ready to make that shift. It's like almost like a frustrated energy that I feel. Like it is. It's like a frustrated energy. I'm done with feeling that way. I want to feel happy. I just feel like I no longer want to stay in that space. Let me know if that makes sense to you and if you can relate to that at all. I think it's also a really good question to meditate on. Hi, Audrey. So meditate on it. Just sit there, Lynette, for a few minutes and ask yourself, am I ready to let this go? Am I ready to move through this emotion? Because it isn't letting it go quite yet. When we're moving through the emotion, that's when we're physically letting go of the energy from our body. So asking yourself if you're ready. And you know what? There's no harm in you trying to move through the emotions if you want to be done with it and just trying it anyways. Okay, then yeah, Lynette, you know what? Go ahead and try it. So try it. I would try it. Sometimes I find that when I'm in the middle of step number 3, I'm like, oh yeah, not ready to let go of that. And that's fine. It's not going to do any harm to try step 3. You know, you'll figure out real quick if you're ready to let go of the emotions or not. Audrey, we're talking about this emotional empowerment plan. So number 1 is allowing yourself to feel it, acknowledging where it hurts or feels stressed or tension in your body, and what you think about it. And then number 3 is moving through the emotions, not around. So moving through. This is one of my favorite exercises I teach my clients. 5-finger exercise. I have to go in a few minutes, but I'm going to make this quick. 5-finger exercise. You take your top 5 favorite memories and you assign one to each finger. So like this one is Braden's birth, Emmett's birth, my marriage, opening the office, like having my ribbon cutting, and I always leave like the 5th one for something current, Christmas. So I assign each memory to the fingers, and then I start cycling through these when I need to have a little joy boost and a moment of feeling happier. I start cycling through these memories until I feel better. Literally, like when I'll put my hand on my thumb, or I'll like pinch it a little bit, like just squeeze it, and I'll feel that memory. I'll think about that memory. I'll feel, think, and I'll replay the entire thing in my head. Other things that you can do to start moving through and like actually releasing this energy is dancing, yoga. Of course, if you're a runner, you can run too. I'm just not a runner. I think Alex and I have talked about that a ton. I tried to do from couch potato to 5K once, you guys. Not a runner. So the yoga, the swimming, Coach Judy, swimming, and crying. Crying is huge, and I know a lot of you will say sometimes, oh, I just teared up a little bit when I listened to this or that, or when you were doing the healing. Listen, crying is so good. I'm so serious. It's an amazing release of your emotions, letting all of that energy out. That is such a beautiful way to move through your emotions. Crying. All right, and then even, let's see, listening to podcasts, I think, is also a huge one because it shifts your vibration. So listening to your favorite upbeat podcasts, like, oh, what is her podcast name? She wrote, I'll have to link it. She wrote, I feel like I'm trying to play like her introduction so I could listen to her title. She wrote this book called Master Your Inner Critic or something like, no, Master Your Inner Mean Girl. And she has such an amazing podcast that I love to listen to because it really helps me feel better and feel like I'm not alone, number one. Number two, but also makes me feel like I'm getting healthier and happier while I'm listening to her because her topics are all about holistic health and wellness. So I'll link it, whatever it is. I can't believe I can't think of the name of that podcast. But also My 7 Chakras is a wonderful podcast. And Lewis Howe's School of Greatness is a wonderful, positive podcast. There's so many options. I'll have to link. I wrote a blog post one time, so I'll link the blog post because it has like 10 amazing podcast options. And plus, Sherry and I are releasing our podcast tomorrow, so it'll probably take iTunes maybe like 24 hours to release it. But Project Goddess podcast will be up soon too. So doing things to make you feel better is how you move through these emotions. You know, something physical to let it out and literally like let it out of your body. I have to go in a second, but we can do this. You know how you, I did this a couple months ago. You can sit here and do this. I don't want to hit myself on the wall because I'm back up against the wall, but this is really great for your heart chakra. You'll want to go like full range with it from side to side, but that will release the energy out of your heart. So that's a heart opening chakra, a yoga pose. If you Google yoga poses to open up your whatever chakra you're wanting to work on, there's so many things that you can do that are super easy, like that one. There's even like little hand mudra things that you can do that I don't really know, but the Google knows. So it's really cool to combine your physical body with letting go of energy, because that's where you're going to see huge improvement, is combining letting go physically in your body and then also letting go emotionally. So that's the crying, that is journaling, that is writing, that is you putting up a private blog or you writing down in a journal, even if you write down on your phone or even if you record yourself talking about how it makes you feel. Get it out in a communicative way, drawing, painting, coloring, stuff like that. This is really helping you to be creative. Again, that's like what our sacral chakra is all about, is creativity. But if you can let your feelings flow through that creativity, looking good, sister, looking good. All right, now number 4, so that's all moving through and not around. Number 4 is observing how you feel next. So if you feel better, then great. If you don't, then go back and do the whole process again, allowing, acknowledging, and moving through. And actually, I'm reading this book called Pussy by Regina Thomas Hauer. I don't remember if I'm saying her last name right, but she actually suggests that you put a black trash bag over your head, like push your head through, okay, and like wear it. And then she dresses like in all black, like lipstick, and she paints her nails black if she feels like it, and she dances around her entire house and truly lets those feelings out. Let it out, let it go, let it go, let it go. And she's dressing in that black garbage bag because, hello, that's how we feel sometimes, right? We feel like shit. We feel like garbage. So she's literally representing how she feels, and then she's dancing it all out. It's insanely powerful, I can imagine, because I do the dancing even without the garbage bag, so I look forward to doing that one myself. Okay, so number 4, observing, and then trying to find the growth opportunity. So what is it that happened that made you feel that way? Trying to find the gratitude for why it happened so that you can feel like next time that it happens, you're going to remember, well, you know what? I got it through last time, and I did this, this, and this, so I know that this time it's going to be no problem. And I can guarantee there's usually, a majority of the time, a positive for every negative. There's not always a negative for every positive. Okay, so I'm really encouraging you to find a good, grateful reason for why this feeling happened or why this situation happened. Okay, so finding that growth and gratitude, the 2 G's. All right, and then number 5 is choosing your next high vibe emotion. Obviously, that's happiness and joy and being present. So really allowing yourself to be in the present moment. Go out and have fun with your kids. A lot of you that are on live right now have young kids. Go out and be with your kids. Go out and be a kid yourself. Blowing bubbles, you know, if that makes you happier. Playing with chalk. Creating again. You know, getting back to that creative space. Do something that you know lifts your vibration and lifts your mood, okay? All right, I have to go. I have a client in a couple minutes, so comment below if you have any questions, and I'm writing my reminder right now to link some podcasts up, okay? I'll probably do that this evening. All right.